Hello, it's Fabienne, and welcome back to The Fabienne Show. It feels funny every time I say that. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, we're talking about taking a different approach to your business, maybe a better approach to your business. I want to share with you something that's been on my heart for 20 plus years about how to take this business that is yours and make it go faster, if you will, with more ease, with more grace, and with more confidence. Today, we're approaching the topic of spirituality in business, what it is, how it works, why I believe you should take a look at this different approach, and why it creates different, better results. I bring this up because a lot of people think that strategy is the only thing that helps you grow and scale your business to whatever your next big level is. I have found that that's not the case. Yes, in some rooms, in some masterminds, in some books, it's just all about the strategy and the know-how and the knowledge. But think about it. You can get strategy, know-how, and knowledge on the internet. You can read the books and it doesn't change anything. So I want to talk to you about something that happened more than 20 years ago in my business. I actually had just started my business, my first business. It was probably 25 years ago. I was a holistic health counselor, a holistic nutritionist, if you will. Because of that, I went to a macrobiotic conference in Massachusetts to work with Michio Kushi. I learned a lot about macrobiotic food. There was this breakout session about manifestation. That's what we were calling it back then. Now it's more called the law of attraction. The idea that the vibration, energy, and spirituality that you bring to something affects the results, the outcome. So I went to this breakout session and I was dumbfounded. I was like, what is this? I've never heard of this. This is fantastic. So I came home and I started applying this more spiritual approach to business, looking at how I was showing up vibrationally, energetically, how I was manifesting clients. I got results. At first, I felt kind of guilty. I'm like, am I supposed to get results without working more? I did a teleclass called How to Manifest All the Clients You Need. My clients who showed up said, you need to teach me this. So I was teaching them the strategies of client attraction, but I started teaching them a more holistic, spiritual, energetic approach to client attraction. And they got results even more quickly. And they were like, I want more. So I started weaving it in even more when I became a business coach. And the results spoke for themselves. What I've realized is that there are some people who just do that but don't have the strategy. So they're also having a hard time growing their reach and their impact and their revenues. And all of that to say, I discovered back then, and it's been proven in my own business and again in my life, that strategy isn't the only thing that creates results in your life and your business. And even back then, actually, side note, I use the law of attraction and spirituality to attract my husband, Derek, who you probably heard if you've been listening to all the podcast episodes. You met Derek through this podcast. We've been together for 24 years and I manifested him in the way that I want to talk to you about today. Everything I'm applying to business today, you can also apply to your life. So what is the traditional business approach? It is work hard, get out there, let people know you exist. It's about metrics and strategies and funnels, and all of those things are really important. Listen, I teach them in Bold Heart. You've got to have the strategy. That's the masculine approach to business, and we absolutely need it. But what I have found is that in my own life, but also all of the wonderful souls that I have been able to help in growing their business over many years, couple decades, is that if there is only strategy, a lot of things fall short. Here's what I mean. Entrepreneurs, when I meet them, they often feel like they're stuck. They're at a plateau. They're doing the strategies. They're marketing till they're blue in the face. And they're wondering why it's not happening fast enough. They're white knuckling it through their business, through their marketing, and they're not achieving the kind of outward success that they want. And maybe you know what I mean. I experienced that in the early days. And there's this feeling of being disconnected to the results of your business, disconnected from your greater purpose. What happens is there's a great self-doubt that shows up and a questioning. Am I really cut out for this? I meet people at six figures who are questioning themselves in this way. They burn out. They feel overworked. The insight that I've gotten since being self-employed, what that I share with women throughout my life, is that business isn't just about action. Your business is also an energetic expression of who you are. I have found that what spirituality brings to business, I'm not talking about religion. I'm just talking about the energetics. I'm talking about the law of attraction. I'm talking about your personal vibration and a more holistic approach to your business. It allows results to come with flow and ease, whereby strategy is about action. This is more about vibration. When there is a misalignment or just action, I have found that there's some sort of stagnation that happens, and then people get really frustrated. I'm working so hard. Why isn't it happening fast enough? Why am I not seeing the fruits of my labor? So I'd like to shine a light on the fact that your business and your business results mirror your energy. They mirror what you believe to be true. They mirror what you focus on, and they mirror what you expect to happen in your business. Now, if you're not sure if you're attracting the right things, it's probably because you're not focusing on the energy of your business. Your intuition may be being ignored. And so while action is important, energy and intuition are really important as well. So how do you blend spirituality into your business? And if the word spirituality doesn't feel right for you, then you can use energy or a more holistic approach. It's, for me, a combination of the masculine and the feminine energy. You've heard me talk about this in this podcast before. I want to invite you to awaken your feminine. When you do, you start seeing better and different results. The masculine energy is the strategy and the systems and the action and the discipline. The feminine energy is your intuition and your creativity and your flow and your being in alignment with the feeling that you get in your business. So what that looks like is combining the masculine and the feminine so that you're in action, but you're also listening to your intuition. Intuition doesn't happen when you are constantly busy. So one of the things that I teach our members of Bold Heart is to pray and move your feet. The move your feet is doing all that marketing and being in action. But the pray piece is to really slow down and to have intention in your business. What is it that you intend as a result at the end of the year? What is the energy with which you want your clients to receive your marketing? As you're sitting down to write a piece of marketing copy or your program, what is the energy that you're putting in there? Are you going in there saying, oh my God, I need to get some clients. I better get some clients from this. Or are you approaching it with, thank you, I'm here to serve. I look forward to meeting all the wonderful people who will sign up for this program or to work with me. I want to give you an example of something that happened probably 15 years ago. I was working with my spiritual teacher, Doug. He channels my angels. I've been working with him for more than 20 years. We were having a session and it went really quickly. He said, we actually have more time on our call today. What do you want to focus on? I said, well, I'm not sure, but I have this launch that I'm doing and I am doing the initial masterclass today. Maybe you can help me energetically bring in all of the souls that are meant to be working with me. What do I need to do? He said, you don't actually have to do anything more. You have to love them. I just paused and I was like, love them? I even have tears just coming up in my throat as I'm saying this. He said, yes, I want you to imagine all of the people who will be there listening to your masterclass. And I want you to love every single person that is going to show up. I want you to teach this teleclass as if the right people are going to be there. I said to him, but I don't know who's actually going to show up. He says, it doesn't matter. I want you to love them all unconditionally. I said, Doug, I'm actually pre-recording this teleclass because I'm going to the airport. I'm going off on a trip. He said, even though it will be only you recording, I want you to imagine that you're talking to all of these souls and loving them unconditionally as you're going through your masterclass. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do that. And before going to the airport, I started recording my teleclass. I had a 21-page script, you guys. That was the action piece, right? I had the script. It was perfect, seemingly so. And my intention had been to have 100 signups for this class. I remember it was called the Client Attraction Bootcamp. I closed my eyes and I quieted down my energy and I imagined beaming unconditional love to all of these souls who would end up listening to this masterclass. I recorded it with that in my heart. I was recording it, if you will, from my heart chakra. I actually got tears in my eyes a couple of times because I was imagining speaking to all of these people, not remotely or not going through the motions of reading my script. I made the offer for the Client Attraction Bootcamp and I sent the audio to the team and they did what they did and we wrote the email and it got sent out and I went on my trip and I came back and we didn't get 100 people to sign up for the Client Attraction Bootcamp. We had, I think it was 386 people signing up. I was floored. I could not believe the difference that being in my energy, changing my vibration, really bringing love into my marketing, how that would have a very real impact. I call it spirituality because spirituality to me is all of the unseen energy, the intangible. And while the teleclass and the script and the recording and the email are all very tangible, the energy with which I approached it changed radically from what I used to do prior to that conversation with Doug. Ever since then, I have intended to and prioritized bringing more of this energetic approach to the business strategy. That's how I've seen exponential growth. And while I teach strategy to our members of Bold Heart, for years I have been sprinkling this fairy dust. Many years ago, I don't think that people signed up for the strategy thinking that they would get results from anything else but that. But I started sprinkling the woo-woo, the law of attraction, the manifestation, and giving them those tools. And that's how they experienced exponential growth too. You may be thinking, spirituality is too woo-woo for me. It doesn't really belong in business. But I want to help you reframe that. If you're open to it, as seeing spirituality as just a tool for intentional decision making. So setting an intention to love people as you're about to sit down and write a marketing email is not woo woo. It's just the way that you are approaching your marketing copy, if you want to look at it that way. You can see this as bringing the outer work and the inner work together. It's that alchemical marriage of the masculine and the feminine, seeing how it changes the results. You may be saying, well, I don't want to replace strategy with energy. We're not talking about replacing strategy because you need that. There is a certain way that you run a course or a marketing campaign. That isn't to be denied. It's about spirituality enhancing your strategy rather than replacing it. So what are some practical ways to bring more of this energetic approach to your business if you are curious about creating more exponential results? For me, there are some daily practices. First, visualization. Really imagining in your mind's eye, closing your eyes in the morning. I do this in the morning at my altar. I used to have a spiritual altar and a business altar. I asked myself just this past weekend, why are they separate? I actually put both altars together. So what I do is at my altar, I light a candle, and in the morning, I close my eyes and I visualize how I want my day to go, how I want my business and my interactions with my clients and my prospective clients to go. I set an intention, not just for that day, but for that year. I meditate quietly. For me, the meditation is just slowing down enough to be in the energy of whatever I am setting an intention for. The other daily practice is I write in my journal. This is my journal, and I write, Dear Universe. I put the date at the top, Dear Universe or Dear Infinite Intelligence. I just write about my thoughts, what I'm intending for that day, what is on my mind. I ask for divine guidance. I ask for the angels to come and help me with my business. I also journal asking for my blocks, any block cleared. I'm always looking at what are the blocks that might be in the way of me reaching my goals. For me, all of this is about creating a sacred space and designing an environment that supports the more feminine side of business, which is the energy, the creativity. When I mean creativity, I mean co-create with the universe to attract what you want. I have seen that this creates transformational results when you blend the spirituality and the strategy. I've found I get messages back from the divine. It's so funny. I have a part of me right now that thinks, oh my God, are they going to think this is crazy? But I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to keep talking because this is my truth, right? I get messages back in the form of intuition. Fabienne, do this. Fabienne, reach out to that person. Fabienne, do a reel on this for Instagram. Fabienne, add something to that info page or that program. And I feel like it's the divine guidance reaching out to me to tell me what to do in response to my intention setting, in response to my meditation and me asking for what I want for my business. So getting those little messages gives me confidence. Perhaps one day I'll talk about spiritual deafness, because for many years, even though I started doing this in my business for many years, a while back, I wasn't listening to the guidance that was given to me in my meditation. And I saw that my results weren't as exponential. As soon as I started doing it again, I found that it was a two-way communication with the divine. around my business. I got the confidence, I got clarity in decision making, I got divine guidance. I found that results came easier and there were more miracles that showed up. In fact, there's a book by Marianne Williamson called The Law of Divine Compensation. If you have not read that book, I would recommend it. She talks about the divine being totally okay with giving you miracles every day and that you should ask for miracles every day. And I want to invite you as you're listening to this to ask for miracles for your business on a regular basis. Angels, please bring me a miracle around my business today. Please bring me some clarity. Please bring me the confidence I need or the resource I need or just the book I need to read, whatever it is. When you bring that spiritual essence to your business, you don't feel as alone anymore. I know a lot of women business owners who spend a lot of time in isolation. Isolation creates self-doubt. If you've been listening to me for a while, you know that when you are alone and you have this great idea for something, but you don't act on it right away, it's usually because you spend too much time alone and not enough time with supportive people. So this idea of bringing spirituality to your business gives you a sense of not being alone and starting to live a life and a business that is aligned and fulfilling and where results come so much faster than just the grind of doing only strategy. I hope this is landing with you. This is what we do with all of our members. And so I can tell you that it works. I invite you to start looking at your business as something that is more than strategy. I invite you to see your business as a reflection of your energy, of who you are, of your essence. I invite you to bring more spirituality into the mix of your business because that's when you create infinite possibilities. So my call to action for you today would be reflect on areas of your business where you might be over reliant on strategy. Instead, start exploring ways that you can bring on more of the energetic part, maybe the manifestation, maybe beaming energy to your prospective clients, maybe asking for miracles or bringing more of the universal laws into your business. I'm here for you if you need some help with this. In essence, when you bring spirituality and strategy and you have them work hand in hand together, this is where your business transforms into a sacred space for growth, for abundant success, for the life and the impact and the reach that you have been dreaming about all these years. I hope this helped start thinking about your business in a new direction. Sending you lots of love.